Hi, welcome back to the Working Lunch. You're watching us on Worcester Government Television.
On channel 192 on your charter cable system.
It seemed like I caught you off guard
You
there.
did a little bit. That was a little off guard, but it's good though.
Well, it's a whole new
keeps you on my
blurb
toes.
there that we're doing there.
Yeah, brand new, but keeps me on my toes, so it's good.
Well, we have the pleasure of having another great guest on the show. We have Lisa Derby Oden.
Welcome.
And she is
Thanks for having me.
Project Development Coordinator for the Massachusetts Manufacturing Extension Partnership, or the MassMEP, as it's kind of known.
That's correct.
Or just the MEP.
I hear MassMEP too a lot, right?
Do you?
Yeah.
People say that?
A lot.
People do call it MEP, but we do prefer MEP.
Yeah.
Well, and I know that we've worked together both in this capacity, and you're a former board employee as well. You
That's
had
correct.
run a great project, the STEM Power, STEM Development federal grant-funded project. And so it's great that after that worked, after kind of that finished up, you were able to move over to the MEP and really continue a lot of the great work around manufacturing.
Yeah, that's correct. They were one of the partners on that STEM grant, and so I was very happy to make that transition as well.
Yeah. So, and you've got a lot of cool stuff happening at the MEP.
Yeah, do you think that people know what an MEP is? Should I say a
why
little?
don't we start with that? That's
Okay,
a great point.
because I was going to say people are probably sitting there going, "What the heck's an MEP?"
Right.
Yeah.
So MassMEP is one of a nationwide group of affiliates, and there's one MEP in every state. They were originally organized under the Department of Commerce, and most specifically NIST, the National Institute Standards of Technology. The MEP in each state is supposed to address the needs of the manufacturers within the state to really help them, thrive and grow. There's also one in Puerto Rico, I should mention. And so here in Massachusetts, MassMEP has come to be known as an trusted advisor.
Wondering where we were going there.
Yeah, I was combining words. I like
You
to
guys
do
have
that.
been a great partner. No, not only for us, but I mean, all things manufacturing. You're part of that STEM ecosystem.
Yes,
and,
absolutely.
And really the driving force around representing manufacturing interests
Yes.
in the workforce world and beyond, right? I mean, you're really there for employers.
Yes, that's correct. That's where I was going with making up the words there, as trusted advisors and resources to the manufacturers of Massachusetts, and primarily the small to mid-sized manufacturers. We do a lot with the manufacturers. We can go in and help them with their business growth strategies. We can help them with their workforce development strategies, and we can help them with training their workforce, as well as operational excellence. And so we have a variety of programs that we offer under each of those.
Ma'am, I'm going to turn it over to you. You've got some great, I've seen your notes. You've got some great
You can't
questions.
call me out on television saying I have
I'll
notes
call you out.
here.
No, you've got some.
How to look professional.
What do you think we're professional here? We don't just wing it. We've got written notes.
Anyways, Lisa, what your AMP program, what does that stand for?
So that's a new program for us that we're pretty excited about, and AMP stands for All Made Possible.
Nice.
This is one of the STEM programs, actually, that is part of the repertoire that we have of helping to build the pathway and the pipeline of people interested in manufacturing careers. And they might not even know they're interested yet,
Right.
which is the point, right? And so with the pipelines, what they've discovered is that, if you get to kids when they're like the middle school age, that's when they're most receptive, and that's when they're really forming their ideas about what they might want to be when they grow up, or what they might want to do.
So what grades would that be starting with?
So the AMP program is geared towards 6th to 10th graders, okay? And we currently are sort of in our pilot test mode right now. We're doing a project with the 8th graders at Oden Middle School in Arlington. And this program is a 6-week program, and so each week there's a different component. There's 3 classroom components to this. There are 2 field trips, and there's a final presentation. And I tell you what, it makes me want to go back to middle school again.
Oh, God bless you.
True, right?
I'm with you, Lisa. I'm with
Well,
you.
I've got a
no.
middle schooler at home. Woo.
Well, no, but so this is so cool. The kids go through a problem identification process and have to come up with like a
Well,
hardware
that's cool. The
solution.
hands-on, that
Yeah.
kind of,
Yes,
you know,
yes.
they're not just kind of being talked at. They're
Right.
really
Well,
kind of
that's correct.
invested and involved and engaged.
Yeah, and they
Great
get
way
to
to do
do
it.
a field trip to, this group is doing a field trip to UMass Lowell and to iRobot. And so then the final piece is a presentation that they make, which is sort of like a Shark Tank kind of
I love Shark
present.
Tank. That's cool.
You know, so the kids kind of say, this is what our idea was and our concept is, and they get to present it to, you know, a panel of,
Yeah, industry experts. kinda,
yeah, yeah.
Now, at
so
the
cool.
conclusion of, like, once they do their presentation and they go through the program, are they awarded, like, any state credentials or anything to show that they've completed this program?
You know, I'm not actually sure about the answer to that. Certainly, it counts as part of their curriculum, and again, these are 8th graders that we're talking about. But the biggest thing is you know, the awareness that it creates
True.
in them of all these processes, not just what's available in manufacturing, but the technology side of it. Teaches them about entrepreneurship on top of that. So there's a lot of learning that they get out
Well,
of
and I
this
know
opportunity.
the MEP has a great collaboration of employers. The MACWIC, the Massachusetts Employment Collaborative. There's an acronym there that I, you know, but and they've got the MACWIC pyramid of skills. So you've got a foundation that you're helping set, and probably some of those skills that they're learning, even in this middle school program, it's a career awareness and also probably checking off a few of those foundational boxes, right?
So we actually had the MACWIC credentialing system in
I
place.
think we have it on the screen right now. They just put it up there. The
Oh yeah.
the MACWIC pyramid, we call it.
Correct.
In the business.
And so this was developed probably 7 or 8 years ago. So this was in place before AMP. And this was actually geared towards really the vocational high schools. It's built into their frameworks, actually. And the kids now can go through their curriculum and do the testing to become MACWIC level 1 or 2 certified. And the thing that this pyramid does and the credentialing does is manufacturing for a long time has not had any sort of clear pathways that people could identify with. You kind of compare it to nursing from time to time. Nursing has very clear pathways.
Yeah.
And so this pyramid allows that to happen. But it's not just for vocational technical high schools. We have some of the community colleges that
Well,
do
and
the
Worcester
testing.
has an Innovation Pathways program that I think is synced up on one way or another
That's
with some of
correct.
this.
Yep.
Not as in depth, obviously, as a full vocational program through like a Chapter 74 program like Worcester Tech's, but for those folks that young people that want some training as part of their high school experience, they get a chance to get some hands-on work and some learning there. So.
Nice. And I'm familiar with the pyramid as well because I've seen it through another program that we run at the Career Center, which is a program for those in recovery, allowing them to go into the training and just identifying participants with hands-on skills, no matter whether it's a warehouse or manufacturing. So it was nice for you guys to come in, give them that information, take them through the program, test them, and identify any skill gaps needed to be filled. And I think we had about 9 people graduate.
Great.
From the.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yep. So.
Yeah,
Nice.
there's actually a lot of flexibility built into the pyramid. So once you finish that level 1, if that's where you're comfortable with and that's what you're interested in, you can kind of get out of the pyramid there and into a job. Again, like you talk about warehouse and assembly kinds of positions and things like that. And when you go on to level 2, that's more of the really learning machine operation.
Chance to level up.
Yeah.
As I
Yeah.
as the kids are
Climb the
saying.
pyramid. Oh, yeah. Oh my goodness.
And part of this too, you get a lot of great credentials with this, which is part of the, if you get out of high school now, or if you don't have a college degree or
Right.
something like that, it gives you a chance to add some credentials to your resume. And it's actually also part of the Massachusetts Apprentice Standards, so that if you complete level 2, then you are a pre-apprentice with the state of Massachusetts. When you complete level 3,
And I know Massachusetts has a big push, and the MEP is front and center in it, in having employers craft that career pathway for their workers through a registered apprenticeship approach.
that's correct.
Which is basically,
That's correct.
hey, hands-on learning while you're there, and then also some classroom study built in, and you kind of work your way through and up in the organization on a kind of a defined career pathway. So having a pre-apprentice training that kind of preps them for that is a great fit.
Yes, no, absolutely. And so then when you complete level 3, which is more of the CNC specifically skills, then you can, really get a CNC kind of job out in the workplace. You can kind of get out and work for a while, do some on-the-job training, and then you can either take some classes at Quinn-Sig online, and combine that with your on-the-job training,
Yeah.
and then go back to Quinn-Sig as well, and you could either get a certificate in applied manufacturing technology, or you can then build that into a 2-year degree.
Or beyond.
Yes, yeah, because then you can take the 2-year degree and go beyond that as well. But that's
Because I think they have a linkage with WPI, so it's...
that's correct, but it's actually a little bit different track in the
Okay.
manufacturing than this, but very similar.
Okay. You had mentioned, I think, the AMP program is currently being done out in Arlington.
Correct.
Is there an opportunity for other school districts to maybe talk to you about expanding it, or looking at using it as a model for elsewhere?
Well, yes, and again, this is just the pilot that we're working on now, so that we can really figure out what works
Yeah.
well and how to apply it to other schools across the state. But certainly we have one of the people that works at our company, Sean Killam, is the person that's in charge of.
You like that last name, Jeff?
Yeah.
I saw you smile.
No. The reason I was about is actually, did you say Sean?
Yes,
Because is it John that's
the president.
the president?
Yes.
So I was kind of thinking, like, oh, is it John or Sean? But that's so. I'm guessing there might be a relation there.
There might be, yes. But so Sean is in charge of this program and would probably, welcome a conversation with any
Nice.
schools that might be interested in this program.
So again, you do some really cool stuff. Where can folks find information about programs in general? You got a website, I imagine they could go to?
We certainly do. We have MassMEP.org would be our website.
So pretty easy to go ahead and remember.
Google that.
MassMEP.org. So it's MassMEP.org.
That's correct. Do I have? Can I tell you a little bit about our
Please.
manufacturing link program that we have?
Yeah.
So then, once you get past the AMP program and the MacWick credentialing,
I think we actually have it up on screen. I'm
Okay,
looking over your
great.
shoulder. Oh, they just took it off, I think. Right when I said it.
So this is where employers get a chance to sign up for this particular program if they are looking for people and they want to help promote manufacturing. As you know, in the old days, manufacturing got kind of a bad rap with the dirty, dark, and dangerous kind of thing. And nowadays, with the advanced manufacturing, it's a totally different picture. And so there's a lot of wonderful companies across Massachusetts that are looking for help, and again, in the low unemployment nowadays and that kind of thing, everybody's looking for help. But
Yeah.
there's some great companies that are looking for good help. And so if they sign up on the manufacturing link page, then we also help direct like comprehensive high schools that maybe, have kids that are interested that they're not going to go to
Make that
college
connection
right away.
there. And of course, you guys have partnered with us on our effort to promote training programs throughout the region called Remake 4.0.
Correct.
So
Yes.
we'll be tying it into that. But what a cool resource for, we have the link up now. So companies can go on and see job seekers can go on and see all the companies that are partnered with you, right? And all the,
Yes,
they can make that connection there.
Right, and schools, if they're interested in maybe having a company come in and talk a little bit about what manufacturing might be like, they could outreach to one of the companies that's on this website. The companies kind of indicate on there, if they've got somebody who could come in and do a talk, or if they've got a video that somebody could show the kids or anything like that.
Great. And I know you guys are located here in Central Mass. You
Yes,
recently moved out to, is it Auburn?
Auburn,
Oh,
that's
wow.
correct. The Mid-State Parkways, Mid-State, yeah,
But you do serve the whole Commonwealth.
that's correct.
But it's great to have you here as a Central Mass partner too, and you used to be I think, well, down on Grove Street.
That's correct.
And now you're over there. Still go over there. I was over, I meeting at the MEP, and I go over to Grove Street. No,
Yeah, they're gone. Yeah.
We've got some great training space there now too. So we're hosting a lot of training opportunities for the manufacturers and that kind of thing right at our facilities.
Nice.
So.
Nice. And with the tabletop machines, right? You guys have those?
Yes, we still have those.
Yep,
Yes,
the class
we do.
was talking about them. They love that portion of the training was doing the tabletop. So the ATR participants were able to do the training, but there's a section of the curriculum where they're using the tabletop machines to kind of mirror what would be done in like a shop or
Controllers.
something. Yeah, the controllers. So
Yeah.
they love that portion.
Yeah, the
of
hands-on. People
Yep.
love the hands-on, and I tell you, manufacturing is based on hands-on, right? So.
Well, and it's a great opportunity for folks to go into a career choice that
Absolutely.
allows them that. And, a lot of companies do make that strong commitment with growing their staff and having them take on new responsibilities. So folks can go to massmep.org.
That's correct.
Check out all the great resources there, both employer side or the job seeker side, and find out about all the great training that's happening through your organization. And really cool to see you reaching down to the next generation with the AMP program.
Yes.
Yeah, we're excited
God bless
about
you.
that.
Those
young
middle,
scholars.
Those middle school kids can be a handful, though.
They can be. See, that's why I didn't become a teacher. But
Me-
God
me
bless.
neither.
Such great energy, though.
There
Yeah.
you go. Well,
It's a good
see.
way to put it.
So Lisa Derby, Oden, Project Development Coordinator for the Massachusetts Manufacturing Extension Partnership. Thanks for being on the Working
Thank you,
Lunch.
Lisa.
Thank you for having me.